Protests over Jacob Zuma's arrest have now spilled into Gauteng. There have been flare-ups in parts of Johannesburg last night. Our reporter Nqobile Madlala is at Kwa Mai Mai in central Johannesburg assessing the situation there. Nqobile, I see there where you are, there's police, nyalas, etc. Police also passing there behind you. It reminds me of the scenes that we saw about 2 years ago in the same area of Jeppes Town. What's happening?
Well, myself, quite a picture, exactly like you're saying. It feels like that 2 years ago. We can see the police presence, as you see. These are just coming in, actually. There was just a bit of action just around, I want to go this side. So just around this area. Now, you will remember that there was Kazini is the area where it was burnt down just a couple of months back. Now, people were standing right next to that building. Just further down that side, we've seen about 2 of the shops, 3 shops in fact, being looted. A lot of people going in, taking stuff from in. Now, we've seen inyalas going inside to try and disperse the crowd, but I must tell you, it's a lot of people. Now, the police have come in, they've got more backup. You'll see now they're preparing to go in again. Some of the areas here, Masejo, have had cars also being burnt down. We see, and from the people that we have spoken to on the ground who refuse to be on camera, of course, they said to us, the only way this is going to stop is if the police starts listening to what they are saying. But they're essentially saying that they want Zuma back, and that's what they were telling us, and this is their way of showing that they do not agree with what is happening. But the police is trying to disperse the crowd. A little mask wearing really is happening in this area. Not much of also listening. People just run away from the police and then they come back again. Now, we heard a little earlier from JMPD that more manpower is needed. They were saying that they've got these things are happening sporadically around the CBD. Now, Kwa Mai Mai, you'll remember, Masejo, there was a flyer that was going around social media saying that there will be talks today, which we understand that Nqobile was the one that was supposed to be addressing the people. Now, they're saying that they are going to be here until late and that it will continue what's happening. But we don't know about that address in terms of if it will be happening, because we can see a high police presence and, of course, the police just pushing back continuously. Just want to show you here, they are preparing, Masejo, to get out on the streets again. So more manpower added to what is happening on the ground. The inyalas pushing back. So now, just to count how many we've got about 3 already on the ground. You saw in Hillbrow, there were more people also on the ground. It seems like the police are getting ready, of course, to go and try and push back from the crowd that is continuing to push this way to Kwa Mai Mai.
Nqobile, looking at the number of police officers and police nyalas that you've seen in the Johannesburg city centre, I mean, I know earlier on you were at another part of the city centre where protests were starting to flare up. What would you say in terms of the number of police officers there? Will they be able to maintain law and order in the Johannesburg CBD?
Well, it seems like they are winning somehow, Masejo, because the crowd that we saw much earlier here were a lot of numbers of people that had come out. So far they seem to be scared of the rubber bullets, which we saw being shot as well. So they are pushing back. There is some push, and with more people now coming in, more police officers coming in, it seems like there's going to be a lot more power for them to win. I mean, we saw also in Hillbrow, even though there was tension with the police and the police were in the center, they were trying to manage the crowd. We heard even from the people there saying that the police are now arresting some of the protesters there, but of course those are unconfirmed reports. We heard from some people on the ground, but there seems to be a pushback from the police officers. But of course it's very hard, of course, to measure how much power they need, because these are people that live in the area as well as people that don't live in the area. In fact, we heard one of the guys that walked past us, they said they just came from Soweto and they now have arrived in this place. But it seems like the police officers are pushing back, definitely, Masejo.